yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. What? Yeah, yeah. Good looking out, God. Yeah, 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 yeah. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling tonight? It's the Daily Go Getter Show. Daily Go Getter Show. Yeah, it's the Daily Go Getter Show. Thursday night. Thursday night. Thursday night. You know how we do it on a Thursday night. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. Also, it's Throwback Thursday. Y'all know how we do, how we get down. Yeah, it's about to start now. What we talking about tonight? Yeah, we gonna get it right. It's about to get hype. We are talking about let's at least pretend. And then we love each other, and then we can get something a little started. Every show that we hearted. Before we party, we said goodbye. We ain't a lot to each other. We didn't treat each other the best way. But it's gonna stop today. We gonna show some love tonight, and you know, yeah, how it go. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is the Daily Go Getterism Show. We do this every single day, every single day, every day, every day it rains, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getterism Show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feel like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getterism Show, we are talking about let's at least pretend that we love each other. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's at least pretend that we love each other. Sometimes when couples have been together, whether they are married or unmarried, they go through things. They go through things and they don't really want to go through the things that they're going through, but life happens. Sometimes you grow closer together, and a lot of times you grow apart from each other. And nobody really wants to admit when you're growing apart from each other because it's like almost a failure. It may be a failure for your family. It may be a failure for you socially. It may be a failure for you just in life. Some people have lived their whole lives in order to be joined in holy matrimony, or at least have the validation of a relationship to keep them right. And I don't even really think that there's anything wrong with having a relationship validate you, depending on what you call being validated. Like a lot of people look down on validation, the word itself. It's like the word today is synonymous with submission. A lot of women don't like the word submission. People don't like the word validation, confirmation, things like that. Because we are being conditioned nowadays to think that we can do everything ourselves, that we don't need anybody, that we can just stand up and hold it down no matter what, through thick and thin, through hell and high water, through the fire, the rain, the wind, the snow. And it's not really like that. We weren't really put on this earth to be by ourselves. We're not solitary animals. We communicate with each other through verbal communication. That's how we relate to each other. We're not like animals out there who have a way of communicating with each other non-verbally and still are able to talk to each other. We can't do that. We have to actually open up our mouths and we have to explain what we mean. So tonight on the Daily Go Getimism show, we are talking about let's at least pretend that we love each other. Now, when I thought about this show, because it's Throwback Thursday, it's Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday. And so we talk about relationship-oriented stuff, whether we're talking about romantic relationships, whether we're talking about marriage, whether we're talking about family, whether we're talking about friendships, whether we're talking about partnerships, business, whatever. A relationship is a relationship. If you have a rapport with somebody, or if you know somebody and you have talked to them and you know them, not just have met them or seen them somewhere, but you actually have talked to them and they know who you are, you know who they are. That is a relationship for all practical purposes by definition. But when we talk about relationships, we are talking about the people that we actually interact with on a regular basis, that we may like or not like, or appreciate or not appreciate. But when we ask ourselves, why would two people have to pretend to love each other? Well, there can be a variety of reasons. And what we're going to start off with tonight is the first reason that that a lot of people either support on the low or deny publicly. And that's staying together for the kids. Staying together for the kids. Married and unmarried couples have claimed to have done this. So when we talk about staying together for the kids, whether you agree with it or not, because we can get into all of that. But when you talk about staying together for the kids, is staying together physically for the kids, is that good enough? Living in the same home, sleeping in the same bed, or in the same room, being under the same roof, is that good enough? Is that sufficient enough if you claim that you're doing it for the kids? Or should you up it up a notch? Should you up it up a notch and actually act like you love each other, appreciate each other, like each other, dig each other, and want to be around each other? Because if you're just staying together for the kids, the first thing that comes to my mind, and y'all can get into this, the first thing that comes to my mind is maybe it's for money reasons. If you're married or you are sharing assets and property and things like that, like somebody has to either pay the rent or the mortgage on this house. Somebody's name is on the house. Whether we like each other, love each other, dig each other, can't stand each other, somebody has to pay. Somebody's going to be responsible for paying off this property in the case of owning a home. So if you are just staying together for the kids, you may be doing it just for financial reasons. Like maybe the kids are in private schools, or they are getting older to where they're going to need financial assistance. Like maybe getting ready to graduate, go to college, go away to the military. The older children get, the more money they cost, because they want things, they need things, they require things, school trips, recreational things, extracurricular activities, things to keep them busy, keep them out of trouble, keep them focused, making sure that their educational opportunities are boundless. So I know I said a lot in a little bit of time, but that's what we're talking about tonight. So are you ready? Are you ready? Let me give a shout out to everybody that's coming through before I start reading these comments. Blatty says the beard is so fire, Unc. I appreciate that. And Stacy White, thanks for coming through tonight. Appreciate you. And Lynn Luft, he says sing the Whopper song. Can't do that. Hunter and Clark says, what up, bro? I sub. Did you what? What? Do you know what happens when people sub around here? Do you know what happens when people sub around here? Do you know what happens When people sub around here, we play an instrument, something good for your ear. Do you know what happens when you sub around here? Do you know what happens when you sub around here? Do you know what happens when you sub around here? We play a little music message, something for your ear. I said, do you know when you sub around here? Do you know what happens when you sub around here? Do you know what happens when you sub around here? We get a little bit of music, something pop for you to hear. So since you slugged up, we gonna do something for you. And it won't be a dub. I said, since you sub, I appreciate you. Thanks for subbing. Yeah, that's what we need you to do. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for coming on by. Thanks for coming on through. Yeah, you do you. And I promise that I'm gonna make it worth your while. Yeah, we do it like this. Yeah, this is my style. I'll take it to another place and time. Make sure that I beat on the drum. Say a rhyme and I make sure that you enjoy yourself. We do entertainment round here. Yeah, build the wealth. Appreciate you, son. Appreciate you, mucho. Appreciate you. Golden Coin King. That's what's good. Thanks for coming through. And Bobby Ortiz. Bobby Ortiz. Thanks for coming through. Natasha Younger. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. 365. And Barfy Man. 362. Stop shouting. No. And Natasha says, I like your background. Well, I appreciate that. You know, we got our new digs up here. We got our new digs up here. That's the sun. I tried to put this up without. I tried to put it up without the plaque, and it wasn't working. Like you couldn't see it. You know, I had to put it on something where it would pop, where you could really see what it was. But the way I had it before, I tried it out, and it was like they're not even going to know what it is. They're not even going to know what it is. So. I appreciate you appreciating and and giving me the compliment on the background. I appreciate that. Kadabagizi. Kadabagizi Amy says, I love you. Well, do you? Do you? Because if you do, I appreciate you. And Crawfish says, how to microwave banana. I say just don't do it. All caps. Christian Alpizar, I don't love my wife anymore. Ooh. Tyler says type 1 for divorce. Ooh. And someone with the Mandarin writing, thanks for coming through. Stacey White says, I've been submitting. Oh, I've been submitted. Submitting is not easy. At this point in time in my life, I don't need nobody to pretend with me due to the last relationship that I had. Well, we're going to talk about it because you know how I do. We're going to flip it and bounce it. It's not going to be exactly the way it looks on paper, but we're going to make sure that it's hot. And Kristen Alpison says, correct money reason. Hey, it be like that sometimes in Dragon Leash. All right. And Stacy says, that last relationship that I had was a train wreck. Wow. All right. Dragon Leash, I wish I could read your writing, but I can't because I can't understand Russian or whatever language that's in, and I don't have any translator. Joe, what up, Joe? He says another night session is good. Share the love and like this stream, guys. Appreciate that. Thanks for the promo. And my man, Werder Bremen. My man, Werder Bremen, man. Much love to you. And Vincent Pruitt, what's good? And Benungor TV, 4TP says, hi, handsome. Appreciate that. Thank you. And Purify Water, too. Ever see a ghost? Depends on what you call a ghost. Possibly I have. Possibly I haven't. I don't know. I never saw Casper the ghost or any of his friends, but you know, images, spirits, the ancestors. Muy posible. Stacey White says, I still love you. Salute to you. I love you too. And White Devil 999. Hello from Midwest Korea. White Devil, you back again. Well. Thanks for coming through, friend. Are you friend? Are you foe? I don't know. From the other side, when you came through the show, that's how I go. But thanks for coming through anyway. You know, anybody who comes through and give me some time, some time, man. I appreciate y'all because y'all could have been anywhere in the world. Y'all decided to come through. So, all right, this is what we gonna do. It's time for us to get dressed. For those of y'all who just came here, you know, we rock a uniform. We have a dress code around here. So let me put my clothes on here. There you go. Let me put my clothes on here. There you go. Put my digs on. All right. And you put on your uniform. Here you go. All right. So we got, these are, before y'all start asking, for those of you who don't know, these are all cow bones. All cow bones. Everything in here. There's no wood, no nothing in these beads. These are all cow bones. A moo drop for us. Which one y'all want? The one on the right or the one on the left? And y'all right is my right. Y'all left is my left. So which one? This one, this or that? This or that? This or that? This or that? This. White Devil says right. He's the only one who Funny Thing says right. Okay. Mike Lewis says the middle. Joe says right. So right is gonna be majority rules. All right. 4TP said right too. All right. Now, just in case y'all think I'm bullshitting, we gonna get verification. I will show y'all how you, and you look great. You look great. I'm normally in the picture. I'm gonna get out of the picture. I'm gonna get out of the picture for y'all. All right. Hold on. Fuck it, I'm gonna have to get in it. Okay. Well, looky here. Look at you. Wait a minute. There you go. Look at you. Huh? Looking awfully spiffy there. You know what I mean? Look, Nice. Looking pretty, looking lovely, looking handsome, looking debonair. Yeah. You look like a snack right there. You're looking good. Looking real good. Mike Lewis says, that's me. It's sure. Right. Appreciate that enthusiasm. So now the truth can come out. Now we can start talking about the real. All right, so let's pretend that we love each other. Let's at least pretend that we love each other. A lot of times couples are together and they stop appreciating each other after a while. You know, they just there going through the motions. You know, everything is routine. He knows that she's going to be there. She knows that he's going to be there. And that's how they've somehow learned to treat each other. Instead of like in the beginning when everything was hot and heavy, you couldn't keep hands off of each other, always wanted to see each other. Well, making sure that you were on your best behavior. You wanted to do everything to make sure that they were going to be around for a while. You treated them nice. And I'm not saying that you don't treat them nice anymore, but things may have started to peter out a little bit. It may be that the fire, the real spark that you had, it may have run its course a little bit, and things aren't as, you know, really energetic. They're not as passionate. They're not as loving. They're just not what it used to be. And you know how couples sometimes try to, say, listen, let's get back to us. Let's get back to what we used to be. Not really realizing that time has passed and circumstances have come about, and you can't really get back to what you were, but you can always improve on what you had. You can get better from where you are now. But when we talk about let's at least pretend that we love each other, well, sometimes you might have to do that. Have you ever had anybody ask you, like, have you ever had somebody that you were with, or that you were trying to get with, or that was trying to get with you, like, do you even like me? Like, do you even like me? Like, I know you may like my body. You may like what I bring to the table. Maybe you like my money. Maybe you like the thought of me. But do you fuck with me? Do you like me? Like, do I matter to you? Am I a priority? Like, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever had somebody ask you that, what are we doing? So if you've ever then you might understand a little bit more when I say that tonight, let's at least pretend that we love each other, because they may have backed that up with, well, after they ask you, do you like me, or do you even give a fuck about me? They may have backed it up with, well, why don't you act like it? Why don't you act like it then? If you want me around, why don't you act like you want me around? If you love me, why don't you act like you love me? You don't even tell me you love me. You don't do anything to show me that you care whether I come, go, lay, stay, pray, or come around another day. It doesn't seem like me and you are on the same page, or that we're together in any kind of way. So when we talk about, let's at least pretend that we love each other. If you can pretend that you love each other for a night unprovoked, then you might actually find out how you actually feel about somebody. It may compel you to make a move, or you may keep, riding at the same pace that you were riding before. So it is what it is. Let's at least pretend that we love each other. For all of those people out there who have stayed together for the kids, are you staying for the kids physically, just living under the same roof? Or are you showing, because they say that they want to stay together for the kids, because the kids should grow up in a two-parent family. Well, what's the use in growing up in a two-parent unloving family? If you know that mommy and daddy are sleeping in separate rooms, he's sleeping in the basement or in the guest room, like, we don't know this shit. The older kids get, the more they start figuring it out. And they can also read the energy in the room when they're very young. They can tell when parents genuinely like each other, when they feeling each other. And they can also feel when mommy must be mad at daddy, or daddy must not be too happy with mommy these days. Maybe the father's staying away from the home more. Instead of coming home from work, he's stopping at the bar, or he's making excuses for having to work late. Or he's everywhere except for around the house a lot. Not saying that he's not a good father, and not saying that he doesn't spend time, but he may spend time or make time for the kids, but he may not make time for his wife or his woman. And kids can see that. But if you at least pretend that you love each other, maybe you'll find out if you actually do. Because a lot of couples who go through hard times, they'll say things like, I still love him, or I still love her, but dot 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 dot. I still love her, but dot dot dot. I still love her, dot dot dot. Like, a lot is going on. Things ain't the same. Sometimes I cringe when I hear their name. I like being home in the crib myself, and when they come on home, I be like, oh God. What the fuck is going on? That ain't the way to feel, especially when you're hooked up with somebody for real. They paying half the bills, maybe all of the bills providing, but you still ain't riding. And yes, when you know that you were in a lot of trouble, got to get the fuck out of the crib on the double. But when somebody's footing the whole bill, you gonna sit back, relax, and chill. Like, I ain't going nowhere. I gotta pay my own way. Gotta pay my own rent. Find somewhere to stay. Gotta pay my own car. No bills and revolving accounts. I ain't doing that shit. That's large amounts. Yeah, I work, but I get to keep the money in my pocket, in my bank account. And I ain't trying to amount to something that has to make all of them changes. So I'm acting like I love it tonight and rearrange it. It goes there. It goes there. So what do y'all think, man? Let me hear from you. Let me hear from y'all. All right. The last thing I read was White Devils from Midwest Korea. Okay. Purified water too. Cool beans. All right. This is after we put on the beads. Word of Bremen says, the crew gotta know, are you a friend or are you a foe? Boogie Boys. That's what I'm talking about. A fly girl, a fly girl, a fly girl, a fly girl. Mike Lewis, thanks for coming through, Mike Lewis. Word of Bremen says, you mean candle half lit? Huh. Good analogy. Classic Game Music says, I like two things about you, Too Short. I don't know that song. I never listened to a lot of Too Short when I was coming up. Natasha says, "What happens in relationships? What happens in relationships is people take advantage of each other, and the admiration becomes dormant. This should never happen." Interesting. It should never happen. It should never happen. One thing I've learned about relationships is that to say never, that's almost a word that you should keep out of your vocabulary. There have been plenty of people who said, I'm never gonna leave you. We're always going to be together. Nothing is ever going to happen to tear us apart. And that never came fast as fuck. Never was last year. The end of never was this year. I guess infinity happened this year. Oh, yep. Came right up to 2024, June 14th. That's what we got. Sayonara. Holla back. Peace. Adios. Screen our memer. Yo, bro. What up with you? Word of Bremen says, to be honest, everyone likes my income, but never takes an interest in myself. A lot of men feel how you feel, Worder. A lot of men feel taken advantage of in a relationship. And you know what's fucked up? A lot of men feel like that's okay. Especially if you are a trick. I'm not saying that you are a trick, but if you are, a lot of men have been conditioned to believe that they should foot the bill for everything and take it as it comes. So either your financial direction either affords you king status or it's just what you're supposed to do. So whatever comes along with that, you take it on the chin. Good job, champ. Good job. All right. Patrick James says, I ever date a white woman. I don't know if you ever date a white woman. I don't know if you were trying to ask that question. No, I don't date no white. No. You know what I mean? Shout out to all the white women out there, but go find somebody else. It ain't going down over here. Nah, I need chocolate and caramel. That's it. Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. Let me see. Screen Memer says, is that good that I listen to Baby Kia, sir? I don't know who that is. Classic Game Music says, Joy Jaffer. Jaffe Jaffer got no love for when he got married. King Jaffe Jaffer. Funny thing. B. Okay. All right. BJ says, kids don't need hostility. I think that's what you're trying to write. It's cool. Classic Game Music says, kids are food coupons. Interesting take. Word of Bremen says, I hit that pause button for the last 4 years. Wow. Pizza says Wakanda forever. Really? Well, not according to Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Bianca Prosser says, I like the beads. Well, I don't know if you were here when we put the beads on you too. So let me get the photo back out so you can see how we gets down. But yes, see, you rock the beads too. We rock the uniform around here. So you got the beads, I got the beads. That's how we do it. We fulfill our needs, make sure that we get dressed and test each other. Make sure that the knowledge is here. Learn together. All right. Stacy White says, where's Crystal? For those who don't know, Crystal is my cat. And I'm going to say, she hasn't made an appearance on the show in a good while. Glubus says, I'm pooping. Oh, well, good for you. And Ryder, what's going on? And James Brinkman says, middle of the all jewelry. Middle of the all jewelry. Oh, I don't know. Okay. All right. I'll know by his next comment if he makes one. I'll know where he's going with that. All right. Oh, middle of the month. That's where I thought you were going. Okay. Well, what would this show be without a dickhead coming through? Thanks for coming through, dickhead. But at least he's consistent. He comes through consistently to say something dumb. You gotta love that. Like that motherfucker turns whatever number is up there to one higher number. Just so you know what? To go along with the theme of the show, I'm gonna pretend like I love you. Yo, man, good looking out, man. Good looking out, James, man. You a real one. Yo, this show wouldn't be shit without you, dog. All right with me. One love. One love, baby boy. I don't know whether you're black, Hispanic, Asian, or white, but I know that tonight I'm feeling all right about you. And that's how we do. I'm so happy and proud that brother came through. Maybe your brother, maybe your sister. It doesn't really matter. No matter what you are, I won't dish you. I'm going to make sure that you get yours. Middle of the mall jewelry. These are cowboys. Cow bones. You whore. Oh, no, that's not a loving word. Well, in certain situations it could be. But anyway. All right. Pizza says, those are tough. Good looking. Stacey White says, I hope you always keep Crystal and never sell out. Yeah, getting rid of animals. It's like getting rid of a family member. We don't do that. Shit, I had the first cat I had for 19 years. She passed. I was like, because I thought she was gonna make it. I thought she was gonna make it to at least 20. Bread Loaf, greetings, sir. Greetings back to you. Much love. And boss card 003 1738. Hey, I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. Well, I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello to you too. Good looking. And Jacksonville Kid says, did you ever wear a red Kango back in the 80s? No, but I had a blue fur Kango. I used to rock that shit with my sheepskin back in the 80s. Yeah, I did. Good looking out for that question. Do you smoke gas? I don't smoke nothing. Angie Brown says, hello, brother. I love your neckwear. Well, like, you have the neckwear too. This is you. This is you. We all wear the cow bones around here. That's what these necklaces are made of. Cow bones. Moo, moo, moo. So you like that? Huh? Looking good. Looking good. Thanks for coming through, Angela. Appreciate you. Appreciate. All right. So yeah, let's at least pretend that we love each other. Well, if you had to, it's no different than when a couple hasn't been out in a long time and they go out on a date night. Now, if you have to label the night that y'all go out on the town and have some fun, if you have to label it date night, you know what that normally means? That y'all haven't been out in a while, and this is like an attempt for both of y'all to enjoy each other in the presence of other people. Go out on the town and have fun with each other the way that y'all probably used to in the beginning of your relationship. Natasha Younger said something earlier in the show a few minutes ago, and she was saying that people start to take advantage of each other. Now, when you think about the word taking advantage or the phrase taking advantage of somebody, well, to take advantage of something means to use it or to utilize it. And we should all do that. Now, there's a difference between taking advantage of something. Like you may be taking advantage of an opportunity to find love. You may be taking advantage of an opportunity to find unity. You may be taking advantage of an opportunity to have something that you've never had before. You may be taking advantage of an opportunity to get something that's valuable to you that will last a long time, something that you can pass down to your children. There's nothing wrong with taking advantage of something. When we start talking about taking somebody for granted, that means that you feel like you can do whatever you want to do, perform however you want to perform, which is normally in a negative way, and you expect for them to either put up with it or still be there, ready for the next round of your ratchetness, ready for the next round of your selfishness, ready for the next round of you, not taking them into consideration, not giving a shit about how they feel about anything, not taking somebody's feelings into consideration. When was the last time you felt like somebody that you were digging, somebody that you were with, did not take your feelings into consideration? There are a lot of ways to do it. Anywhere from, well, like, why would you stare at another woman or man while I'm right there with you? How do you think that makes me feel? Or flirt with another man or woman right there in my presence? Like, you obviously don't give a shit about how I feel about anything. Maybe you're showing me that we aren't even really together if you would disrespect that way. But that's a way that you can take somebody for granted. So you think that you can flirt right in front of my face and ogle and stare at other men or women, in the case of a woman, talking about her man, and you expect me to just take it on the chin? They're like, I don't mean that. It don't mean nothing. People might say things like, I'm going home with you. That's all that should matter. I'm going home with you. Like, that's some manipulative bullshit. So you're telling me that my prize for being disrespected out in public in front of everybody, because it's never just me and you just seeing this. My prize, my consolation prize is that, yeah, she might have looked at you, desired you, and openly flirted with you, but you ain't going home with her. At least not tonight. I am. This is my girl. My girl. My girl. Like, what kind of shit is that? But that's another way, or that's a big way of not taking somebody's feelings into consideration and taking them for granted. So you think I'm just going to take that, put up with that, not care about that, and only concentrate on the positive while you treat me in a negative way day after day? Well, yeah, that's taking advantage of somebody. Well, it's more like taking them for granted. So when was the last time you've been taken for granted or felt that way? Because maybe you felt like somebody was taking you for granted, but they weren't. Maybe they explained things in a certain type of way. Maybe they were going through something, and maybe you misinterpreted their actions or their feelings or something like that. When was the last time you took somebody for granted? We all have done it. We all have done it. Nobody is super squeaky clean. It might have been at the end of a relationship when you really weren't feeling somebody, or you really were ready to break up or divorce somebody. So, you pretty much left the relationship emotionally, but you were still there physically. Your body's here with me, but your mind is on the other side of town. You're messing me around. It's happened to a lot of people. And these are some of the things that I know men don't really like to talk to other men about that kind of shit, because nobody wants to seem like they got played for a sucker. Meanwhile, many niggas out here getting played for suckers. It ain't right. No bueno. Shirley Sher, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Sher, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. That's what's going on. Thanks for coming through. My Pizza says, thank you for your kindness. That's what's up. Angela Brown says, did you make them? I had them made. I got a necklace maker. I could never do this kind of great work, but you will not see these beads on anybody anywhere. These are exclusive. All of them are exclusive. And I got a lot of, but I see that a lot of y'all are digging the beads. So I've been thinking like, I might put y'all down with the plug. I might. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. If the demand rises and, y'all really want to do this thing, we'll see. We'll see. But Classic Game Music says, the typos are messing up my comments. I know how it be. Stacey White says, somebody gave Aspen to me because they was getting married and their wife did not like cats. Mechanized 11B says, is this a cult? I mean, I just wish I could be so lucky to build a cult. Oh, my loyal followers. Let me think of some evil that we can get into. First of all, if it was a cult, y'all would be giving me all your money. I don't even see a super chat here. We good? But a cult, that would be dope. Theoretically, it would be dope. It'd be fucked up. Who wants to be a part of a cult? Have you ever known anybody who was a part of a cult that admitted they was part of a cult? They thought they was just in a movement or, you know, doing a positive thing. But oh well. I mean, honestly, I feel like Trump supporters are kind of in a cult. Those MAGA supporters, they act very cultish. They act very cult-like. Cult-like, excuse me. Word of Bremen says, sounds like modern women. Thus the reason for me to stay away from rubbish. Hey man, you gotta vet them. You gotta vet whoever you are interested in. You gotta vet them. You gotta check them at the door. Make sure that they right. Make sure that they don't have no weapons on them. You know what I mean? They don't always have to have no physical weapons, no guns, knives, blades, and things like that, brass knuckles, billy clubs, but they may have some weapons of emotional destruction. Weapons of mass emotional destruction. They are just here to tear you down emotionally. That ain't good. No good. No. Classic music says, we all use each other and dispose of each other. I'm not going to dispute that. Angela Brown says, mechanized. No, it's not a cult. Thank you, Angela. Thank you, Angela. Classic Game says, okay. All right, everybody, okay. Damn. And I thought I just knew from last night I would have a cult tonight. No cult. All right, well, fuck it. We got what we got. Harry. What's that? Rumbello says, any advice on how to cheer yourself up after a bad week? Yes. Honestly, meditation is what I would recommend the most. Really, try some breathing exercises and some deep meditation. Like, you have to get yourself in a state where you either are repeating something like a powerful positive affirmation, but you have to do it in a way, you have to find a way to block out the rest of the world in a positive way. By no means should you use drugs or alcohol to try to take the edge off, because you'll wind up depending on that shit and it really doesn't take away anything, especially alcohol. It can make you start thinking about the shit even worse. So, you know, breathing exercise, man, you know, try this. We can try this right now, honestly, on some real shit. I normally do this laying down. But I normally put my feet up and, you know, breathe in and count to 10. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do that and keep increasing the number. So you can start at 7, go all the way up until you are doing it so much you're not thinking about anything except for the next number. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't care if you go all the way up to 100. If you go all the way up to like 30, trust me, the health benefits, the psychological relaxation benefits that you're going to get from doing that, because you're concentrating on your breathing. And when you concentrate on your breathing, it actually sends endorphins to your mind. And endorphins in the pituitary gland, those are the feel-good hormones. But that will help you to take the edge off, and it'll also help you to put things in better perspective. I have some other techniques that are very, very useful that I've used over the years. Journaling is one of them. But if you don't feel like writing all the time, or I mean, it's probably a better idea to put your thoughts in the notes in your telephone, in your cell phone, and when you are feeling your most anxious, your most craziest, the most angry, that's when you should write this shit down. And when you're not feeling like that anymore, go back and look at what you wrote, and you'll see the state of emergency that you were in, and you'll find out how artificial that state was. It was real at the time, but when you go back after you've had a chance to calm down, put things in better perspective, or get your shit together, you'll see that, I have the potential to go off the rails sometimes. And if you can learn to reel that in, if you can learn to control that, you'll be in good hands. So that's one technique, man. But that breathing techniques, as you start increasing the number, 21 up to 21, inhaling and exhaling, if you go higher than that, you're concentrating on just the next number, and you're controlling your breathing, man. That shit is the health benefits, the psychological health benefits to that shit are enormous. It will last you for days. No, not minutes, not hours, days. So try it. Give it a shot. Give it a shot. All right. Angela Brown says subscribe, like, share, and watch the videos. Appreciate that. Angela Brown. Interesting that you should say that. Interesting that you should say that. Good looking. Classic Game Music says Harry. Okay. Harry R. Study and the rest, all 4 seasons to prepare for a winter of sad days. Jose V says, bro, looks like a taxi seat. Interesting. Most people use Uber and Lyft nowadays, and they might not know what a taxi seat looks like anymore. Angela says, I do make them. I use bones and stones. Oh, that's what's up. Good looking. All right. All right. Word of Bremen says, Colt. He laughs at that. Run says, yes, I have. Yes, you have what? Tried the breathing exercises? All right. What's that? P. Norton 75 says, how do you view Biden supporters? Is there such thing? Really? I mean, is there such thing as a Biden supporter? Because you don't hear people cheering Biden on. Like, Biden's my guy. He has the plan for this country. Like, we need to follow Biden. I never hear anybody say that shit. They might vote for him, but it's like on the lesser of two evils shit. Motherfuckers stand up for Trump like he's God. All of that bullshit that he does, I'm like, so you don't see nothing wrong with that, huh? You found a way to be okay with the January 6th shit? Like, you in the alternative universe. Like, you can January 6th. January 6th. You were okay with motherfuckers storming the Capitol. Like this is Tiananmen Square in China. Like, we don't do that. So I don't know what a Biden supporter is. I have never heard anybody says, yo, I love Biden. We need to have Biden. This country will never be anything without Biden. I've never heard nobody say that shit. If y'all have heard anybody say that, let me know. Only time I ever hear about Biden is when you bring up Trump. Real shit. I've never heard anybody say anything positive about Biden except on liberal news outlets. And even then, they ain't hyping him up like they try to do Donald Trump on Fox. I'm like, y'all must be out of your fucking mind. You know how much money Fox News had to pay out because of the propaganda that lie that they told about stealing the election? That's why they won't let them do it no more. They can't. Millions and millions of $175 million they had to pay out because they fucking lied. You get them where it hurts. You get them in the money. But anyway, so I don't know what a Biden supporter looks like. So when you come up with a Biden supporter, I'll tell you how I view them. All right. Taja's Takeover says, can you say my name? Taja? Taja? Maybe. I don't know if I did it right, but I'll try it. Ronnie Patrick says, wait on your pause, bruh. Making a country great has nothing to do with a cult. The word cult is stupid, bruh. The phrase making a country great is stupid. You talking about some make America great again. When the fuck was America ever great? I mean, I know if you look like me, this country ain't never been great. It ain't never even been close. It ain't been shit. So I don't know. You talking about any time before anytime before the civil rights era. Because that's the time when he thinks America was great, when we were able to be strung up, beat and killed, and have crosses burned on our lawns, institutionalized and all that racist shit, all that Jim Crow, all that segregation shit in the North, in the South, and the North. That's when America was great. Well, I disagree. Fuck America being great again. Make it great later. Make it good. Make it good, because I don't think it's ever been good. Sure, I've never lived in any other place, and I don't want to live in any other place but America. But that's because all of my people are here. But it's not because of what they've given me. They haven't given me shit. I had to earn everything I ever got. But they sure have taken a lot away from me and mine. So, going along with the topic, what if America at least acted like they love black people? What would that look like? Let's pretend that America loved black people. What would that look like? That's interesting. Maybe keep some of the promises that they've broken, you know, like reparations, 40 acres and a mule, Voting Rights Act, you know, some of those things. Equal rights. Maybe if they kept some of the promises that were written under the Constitution, when we were 3/5 of a man, we were considered to be 3/5 of a man. Make America great again. Man, fuck Donald Trump. Yeah. Fuck him. Okay. I can't pretend like I like him. I can't do it even for a day. Okay. Stephen Dunch says, Glasgow, Scotland says hello there. Well, good looking out, Glasgow, Scotland. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate it. And Blatty says, Unc, what do dreams mean? Man, I wish I could tell you. I know this. I take these mushroom supplements before I go to bed, man. These motherfuckers make your dreams come to life. They're good as a sleep supplement, so you'll sleep well, but you'll be having dreams like, what the hell was that? Yeah, little mushroom pills, little supplements, you know, for mushrooms. It's supposed to be good for clarity of thought, immune system, boost of energy, and all of that shit. That's what they say. I don't know. But they say that dreams are the subconscious, and they say that we are ruled by our subconscious. Now, it's a deep concept. Many people have said that our subconscious is stronger than our conscious, because our subconscious doesn't care about how we want it to go. Our conscious is something that we try to navigate. What do y'all think? I don't know. Matt says edgers. Got nothing for that. Only edgers I know are, you know, clip to trim my beard up. Word of Bremen says Scotland. Welcome Germany here. That's what's up. JG says, how hard is it not to focus on yourself knowing you need a woman in your life? Well, how hard is it not to focus on yourself knowing you need a woman in your life? Man, I will say this, Jay. It does seem like men are more aware that they need a woman than some men, than some women are that they need a man. You know, this I don't need a man movement that's going on out here. And I believe that it really comes out of hurt, because when I hear these women say that I don't need a man, they're really talking about on a financial front. You know, I got my own money. I got my own car. I got my own house. I take care of my kids. I got my education. You know, all of those things are tangible, material things. You know, what they can't say is, I don't need love. I don't need affection. I don't need affirmation. I don't need somebody who's proud of me, or who believes in me, or who will support my dreams. Or I don't need somebody to make me need them. That's what they don't say. You kind of have to read into that. Let's at least pretend like we love each other. Let's at least pretend that we love each other. Do me a favor, y'all. Please hit the like button. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752. And we are talking about let's at least pretend that we love each other. Well, I got a scenario for y'all. I want to see what y'all think about this. Now, some of y'all gonna run from this scenario because it may be a little revealing, or a little, it might put you on a display that you rather not be on. But if you've ever cheated on somebody before, let's say you cheated on somebody and you felt like you cheated on them because you were not happy in that relationship. So you cheated on your girl, you cheated on your man, or you cheated on your spouse because you were genuinely unhappy. Now, what's unknown is whether you pretended to be happy in your relationship or in your marriage, or whether there were all signs pointing to you were definitely going to step out on your marriage or your relationship. But let's say you cheated. You cheated because you felt like you were being taken for granted, or, well, to be honest with you, most cheaters aren't normally the victims. Most cheaters are actually proactive. You know, they say that they're unhappy, but they've never said to the person that they claim to be unhappy with that they're unhappy. It's a character flaw, cheating is. It is what it is. But let's say that you've done it, because it is a character flaw that afflicts many people. Let's say you cheated and you felt justified in your cheating, but at the same time, you didn't want to lose the relationship or the marriage that you were in. Would that be a good enough reason for you to pretend like you at least love the person? I mean, after all, you may admit to yourself that, listen, I want something else on the side, but I don't want to leave the security of what I have at home. Maybe your wife or your husband actually does a lot for you. Maybe they are a good catch, a good spouse, or a good woman or man, but you need something that they can't provide. Maybe you need strong intelligence and they are sort of blue collar, happy go lucky. Doesn't matter whether I know it or not. Maybe you need more intellectual stimulation and they can't provide that. But they provide all the other stuff, all the other redeeming qualities. Like maybe if it's a woman, maybe she cooks, cleans, is good in bed, takes care of the kids, even supports your dreams and all of that kind of shit. But you don't feel like you can talk to her on a level that you would like to talk to her because she's not an intellectual. Let's say you need that. Or she doesn't know how to cook and you want that. Or she doesn't keep a clean house and you need that. But she checks all the other boxes. So you cheat because you're not happy, but you haven't related that to her. But are you at least pretending like you love her? If you claim that you're doing it for the kids, are you going to pretend like you love her for the kids? Or are you just that missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle that completes the picture of the family? What y'all got? What y'all know about that? And even if it doesn't apply to you, even if you don't want to cop out to it, I mean, that doesn't mean that you don't have an opinion on it. How do you think a person would act in that scenario, in that regard? What do y'all think? You're out there cheating because you're unhappy, but are you at least playing the part of a happy husband or a happy man? Are you? What you think? Matt says very nice. Oh, damn. Tasha keeps writing the same shit. I'm thinking that I'm going way back up in the chat. Stephen Dunshee says, Horg Alberts. Okay, Word of Bremen says, Stephen, don't be mean and eat all the chairs. Smooth criminal. Okay, no comment. All right, Stephen says, haha, well, if you guys don't feed us, we can't complain. Okay. Smooth criminal says, what are you even talking about, dude? Nothing. I'm not talking to you. Fuck you. All right. Stacey says, thank you. Nice information, meditation in positive ways. Yeah, those techniques work. They work. I've been doing them for years, decades. All right. All right, Lisa EMC, Biden, classic game. Music says when you at someone, it's for the commenter. Okay, cool. Shit. Ronnie Patrick says, "Are you kidding me? Stop. What happened? What happened on January 6th? Nothing. Not a thing." Lance Morgan says, "Are you mixed with Indian?" No. I'm mixed with Aboriginal American. And that's not Native American. I'm mixed with Aboriginal American. That's black. Because we are the Aboriginal. I mean, all of that, we came from Africa, shit, slaves from Africa. It's not it didn't happen exactly the way that they said it. Yeah. But anyway, no. Black on black. No. I have a grandmother who was like Native American and all that shit, but I'm not fucking with that. I'm black. Is it okay to be in a relationship and be a little jealous in a good way? I think that's normal. You just don't want to let your jealousy overpower you. That's what I would say. Ronnie Patrick says Trump never incited shit, bro. And that's why I say the MAGA is a cult. Trump is so full of shit. So full of shit. And y'all make excuses for that motherfucker. Like, if Trump was a regular dude in your life, you would have cut him off a long fucking time ago. You would never let him bullshit you and lie. You wouldn't put up with it. You would look at all the evidence and be like, yo, why do you lie like that? But because it's Trump, like I wish that I could have people like that. Like, listen, I can do all of this fuck shit, and they'll still. You know who else used to do it? And this is gonna be unpopular with a lot of people. Tupac, same shit. Caused his own death. He was fake as a $3 bill. But motherfuckers like, oh yeah, Tupac was the realest. He was the realest. The real what? The motherfucker was born and raised in Harlem, went to the West Coast at age 17 years old, and claims the West Coast, and y'all let him get away with that shit? Ain't the West Coast the home of the Bloods and Crips? Don't you have to rep your set on the West Coast? Ain't that y'all biggest thing? Repping your set? Y'all let a New York motherfucker come over there and claim y'all? After he got out of jail? He wasn't even claiming y'all before he went to jail. And y'all went for that shit? California, get the fuck out of here. He's talking about something. In Cali, we riot, not rally. What you mean we? You ain't from there. You wasn't there when they was rioting. I can't. We wear Chucks, not Bally's. No, you wear Bally's, not Chucks. You ain't grew up on no Chucks. Like, that's ridiculous. Donald Trump, same shit. This motherfucker said that if he ever ran for president, because he's a career Democrat, a lifelong Democrat. Check his record. Y'all like, fuck his record. All we care about is what he is now. He's a fraud. That's what he is now. And y'all going for the shit hook, line, and sinker. It's amazing. Nobody else will be able to get away with that shit. He said that he would run on the Republican ticket because they'll go for anything. And he was right. And I don't understand how come rich people follow Donald Trump. He don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all rednecks, y'all middle class. He don't give a fuck about y'all at all. At all. He's a millionaire, billionaire playboy. That's what he's been all his life. He never give a fuck about the little man. Get the fuck out of here. I know he got those 5 black boys locked up and called for the death penalty for them, even when they were found not to be guilty, not to have had anything to do with it. But they probably did something. Like, man, fuck you. You probably did something. You know what? That's why you got 34 felony convictions. Fuck you. Because they can prove that you did it. But your little minions, wasn't I supposed to be pretending like man, fuck that nigga. Fuck him. And look at his Fox propaganda shit. Biden fell asleep. You hear that shit? That man, I can't. What's going on? They paid because of Tucker Carlson, not because of Trump. Whatever, man. Yo, man, y'all can go somewhere with that bullshit. Marcus says, "Are you a veteran?" No. Ronnie Patrick says, "Yeah, maybe not great in our time." Yeah, watch the Pelosi video. Frog Club says, "When you compare it to other countries at the time, it was great." How? You weren't even there. How old are you? How old were you? It was never great or good for black people in this country. The United States of America has never been good for black people or non-white people, ever. It wasn't so great for white people either. But because y'all supposed to be superior and because y'all are the ruling class, y'all can't see the fucking forest for the trees. The fuck? I mean, this the shit that be killing me. Because even white people getting the wool pulled over their eyes. I'm like, yo, you come from shit. You know, you come from your European country, you come from Ireland, you come from Italy, you come from Eastern Europe and all of that shit. Y'all came over here, didn't have shit. And still don't have shit. A lot of y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all. Oh, God. They try to put welfare and all of that shit on black people. Do you know there's more white people on welfare and it was created for white people? Black people couldn't even get welfare when it first came out. You know what I mean? Y'all need to study your fucking history. Like, great for who? Great? What do you mean to make America great again? It wasn't even great for him. He has privilege and all of that shit, but as you can see by his insecurities, it ain't been great for him. He hasn't had a great life. He's had a privileged life. There's a difference. Okay. Marcus says, or you're one of those blacks. Yeah, I'm one of those blacks. Whatever the fuck you think. Whatever you think I am. Jasmine Figueroa says, yeah, everybody got to earn what they got. Word of Bremen says, politics are for people that haven't grown up yet. We, us, all we got. I'll go for it. The government takes from us, bro, not just blacks. I know that. But they want to blame blacks for everything. Man, what my people have done is nothing short of amazing. You know, I mean, you got Irish people trying to jump on the slavery bandwagon. Oh, we were slaves too. No, the fuck you weren't. You were indentured servants. You don't know nothing about being a slave. You don't know nothing about being owned. You worked alongside slaves. But once you paid off your debt, you were free to go. It was like jail. We were born into this shit and could not buy our way out of it. How? We didn't earn money. We weren't taught to read right. We were actually the property of other men. When y'all can start claiming, because this is for the people who say, well, slavery's been practiced all over the world. Well, show me somewhere along all over the world, anywhere in history where you were where you were under the ownership of another person. Show me that. I don't care whether you go to Asia, Africa, Europe, anywhere. Show me that. We had chattel slavery in the United States. There's a difference between chattel slavery and any other slavery practice in the world historically. You got to learn what the fuck. Y'all gonna say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I know too much of what I'm talking about. You got to catch up. Y'all go with the history that suits you. I go with the history that really fucking happened. I'm a student of history. I don't know what y'all think this is. I'm an educated man. Penn State graduate, 1993. I took history up the fucking wazoo. And I kept studying it after I graduated. So, I mean, if y'all think y'all talking to just some hood nigga because I wear, this kind of, get the fuck out of here. Go ahead with that bullshit. Let's pretend like we understand each other. Let's do that. Jasmine Figueroa says, America don't know how good we got it. Yeah, we don't. CCX222. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming through. All right, streets of LA. Shango says, when did you start balding, bro? I started balding and I'm gonna shave my shit off. I started balding around 2004. I kept cutting it low. And when I saw that it was just getting ridiculous, when I couldn't see a hairline and it started getting like that, I was already wearing it low, so it wasn't like a big transition. So I took the clippers and just shaved my head with the clippers because I didn't want to use the razor yet, because I knew once you get with the razor, there's no turning back. So I started using the razor for good around 2008, 2009. Had to do it. But yeah, man, being bald ain't bad. It ain't. After a few years, the new people that you meet, they won't even be able to picture you when you had hair anymore. And there's something in the food and the water, man. Because when I was growing up, there were not this many people that were bald, male and female. Like, there's something, man. They poisoning the shit out of us. But it is what it is. Denise Vineyard. POW 100, or is that POW 100? Thanks for coming through. And the Callinger, who's a Taurus, says, watch Roland Martin. He has the facts. He definitely has some facts. He has some facts. Let them tell it. Let both of them tell it. Both of them are lying. But I'm like, come on, man. Some of this shit is common fucking sense. Common fucking sense. Like, the hell when somebody tells me about somebody? What about what I see with my own eyes? Okay. Angela Brown says, why can't we just be called Americans like everyone else? As long as we are separated by being called African Americans, racism is live and doing well. Well, think about when we started calling ourselves African Americans. I don't call myself an African American. I'm not doing that shit. You're not going to tell me to connect myself with a foreign land when I was born, raised, and all of my people were born and raised and built this country. I'm not an African American. I'm a black man. I'm an American black man. And my people were here before, like if you read history, Christopher Columbus in 1492 wrote back to Queen Isabella and King Ferdinand that there were black people in the Americas when he got here. He didn't mean the Indians. He said black people, and you know he meant black people because he separated what he considered to be the Native Americans and the black people. We were already here. We've been here. So, like I said, history is a bitch. But no, and we didn't start calling ourselves African American until the 80s when Jesse Jackson said we should start calling ourselves African Americans. The fuck out of here. No, I'm not doing that. Black American. Because I know when I call myself black, I'm not talking about being Caribbean black, African black, or South American black. They know that we don't have a nationality. We don't have a nationality. So we have to have a hyphen in our names. So no African American for me. It's okay if it's for you, but we actually lose our power by calling ourselves African American. They say that we lose our power by calling ourselves Black Americans too, but I'm good with black. I'm good with that. Because I know if I say black and nothing else, you know I'm from the United States. Because everybody else identifies with a certain country. Dominican Republic, Haitian, Jamaican, and all of that. They're not going to say they're black. They're going to say I'm Jamaican. I can't say I'm an American because they have our rights to be called an American have been stripped from us. Even though this is supposed to be an amalgamation of all races, all countries, all people. When you look at who controls everything and who has all the money and who makes sure that everybody else doesn't catch up, how can you just call yourself an American? We don't have a right to do it. Bear 5, what's up? Thanks for coming through, man. All right, we about to get out of here. Shirley Cheryl says a lot of people play the happy role to keep their security in a relationship. Facts. I knew somewhere we would get back on the topic. That's great. Psycho VSK says dab M and I'll sub. I don't know what dab M is. You're just gonna have to sub off of off of love, or I don't know. Nick Gaines, thanks for coming through, Nick. Good to see you again. Denise Vineyard says respectfully, to pretend is something that really is not. It really is not. I would rather tell or be told that the love is not. Love isn't there anymore. I believe it's cheating and it's cheating self and spouse with no truth. I can respect that. Angela says after you cheat, after you cheat, you will find out that the other person that you cheated with is not available in no other way except what you had the affair for. That's, you can tell that you're not a cheater because it's not exactly how that works. You know, it's just not. I would love, you know, for all cheaters to get their just desserts and all, but it doesn't really work that way. Todd Bridges. This is the Todd Bridges from Different Strokes. He says, and replace him with what? Sleepy Joe? What do you mean replace him with Sleepy Joe? Sleepy Joe is already in office. You know, Trump lost. You know, remember he said he never loses, and you know, losers. He lost. He lost. And he's going to lose again. This time he's going to lose bad, though. All right. The Jim Bro says, look at the world right now. Okay. Word of Bremen says, Steven, we know better than to bother with politics. They will do. MD Yassine Ali. Ashish. What's going on? Tapper says he obviously knows nothing of gang culture. Okay. You're right. I know one thing. Yeah, I've definitely never been in a gang. Never would. Never had to. See, I grew up with a good father. Had two. I had a hell of a biological father and a hell of a stepdad. So I would never need a gang. But I could beat up gang members, that's for sure. They not really tough. They not. Fuck a gang member up. When I was young and now. I fear no gang member. Never have. Still don't. Yeah, I mean, you can like Tupac. But he's a fraud. That's all. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. If you good with somebody, you know, acting like they're from somewhere where they're not, or and being something that they're, he was an actor. Now he was a hell of an actor, and that's how he got over. He's acting and pretending, and everybody else is thinking this shit is real. Pulled the wool right off, and Donald Trump is doing the same thing, same shit. Mechanized 1 pound says, Grandpa, you forgot the medication. We're going home. Eat a dick. Mechanized 1 pound or 11B. Eat a dick, sir. All right. All right. We about to get on up out of here. I just wanted to give everybody a shout out. Tanner, gonorrhea. Ty Bridges says, but it was better when we were segregated. We had grocery stores, pharmacy, our own black-owned schools. That's actually true. But the thing is, what they don't tell you about when we were segregated was that we had the lowest quality of the things that we had. Yes, we had ownership. But what we could do with our ownership was limited. It was like having a what do the Native Americans have? They have a shit. What do you call this shit? The Native Americans, where they live now. They're the land of their own, they're sovereign. Shit. Let me see if y'all came up with it. Oh, I never catch up from where I was. No, not the casinos, reservations. There you go. Yeah. It was like having a reservation, but you were limited to be able to make the money that you would make because no blacks from the North wanted to come to the South because it was too dangerous. So the only money you're going to make are in those small towns where you were. See, you got to understand that they didn't have big cities in the South. So if you're segregated, that means that whatever city or town that you lived in was the majority were white people, and they controlled all of the commerce. So yeah, we had ownership, but we weren't able to make it because the cost of inflation and all of that wouldn't allow us to be able to really feed ourselves. We didn't have manufacturing. So where were we going to buy things like the goods that were in our stores? We had to buy from the white man. So you know what our prices were going to look like. See, it wasn't sweet like that. So I understand the point that you were making. You know, There was some positive things about segregation, like just like the Negro leagues in baseball. The Negro leagues are responsible for all of the good shit that happens in baseball. They didn't have stealing bases in baseball before the Negro leagues. They didn't have those different kinds of pitches. They didn't have sliders and curveballs and all that kind of shit. All that shit came from the Negro leagues. It did. They were better. Every time they played the major league teams, they beat them. And they beat them bad. That's why they kept that shit off of TV. It was like closed games. It was like being beat up by your sparring partner. Like, yo, you supposed to be the champ. Yeah, well. But they're not going to televise you getting beat up by your sparring partner. So they took all of the Negro League players after they were already old, and you know what I mean, like Satchel Paige and all of them. They were like in their 40s when they came into the major. Let me see, how old was Satchel Paige when he came into the major leagues? Let me see. Let me Google that shit. How old was Satchel Paige when he came into Major League Baseball?
Age 42. According to Wikipedia, at age 42 in 1948, Page made his debut for the Cleveland Indians. To this day, this makes him the oldest debutant in National League or American League history.
42 years old before he was allowed to come into the major leagues. He was tearing shit up. Historically, Satchel Paige is the greatest baseball player ever. 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 Name whoever you want to name. They say he was the best. He could pitch and hit greater and field better than anybody. Anybody. He was like a baseball machine. But he didn't make it into the major leagues until he's 42 years old. What's a 42-year-old major he debuted at 42 years. What is that? Make America good again. My man Satchel Paige couldn't get into the major leagues until he was 42 years old in 1948. Make America great again? Man, fuck out of here. Man, let's get out of here. Let's do these birthday shout outs and get up out of here. You know what I mean? I've had enough. We can't do this anymore. You know what I mean? Y'all making my passions run high in an alternative direction. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious June 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My girl, Kimya Parker, happy birthday to you. And also, Nzinga Abebe, happy birthday to you. And Courtney Diane, happy birthday to you. And Titiana Yitna, happy birthday to you. And Sherry Council, happy birthday. And Gerardina Laurier, happy birthday to you. And Antonia Gonzalez and Darcel Wynn Leonard, Cheryl Sharp, Shakina Thomas, Crystal Brignac, Michelle Daniels, and last but not least, my girl Rashina Long. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit, and that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious June 13th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out. Rock on it, do the damn, rock out. Rock on it, do the damn thing, you do the thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, tonight let's at least pretend that we love each other. sisters and brothers, whether we are wives, husbands, spouses. Yo, we gotta live our lives. We gotta know that sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Yo, give a hug to your boo. I said, one day we're gonna work it out, but right now we gotta work it out. I know that I know how to be in love, and I know how to show some love, and it's above any other thing that you have in your life. Money ain't worth nothing if you ain't got a wife or you ain't got a hubby, and somebody love me or somebody love you. You know what I'm talking about. But I said we gonna get there at a certain moment in time, but right now you gotta build yourself up. Protect yourself and go for mine. I say that you will shine like the sun that's above right here. But in the meantime, let's at least pretend like we love. I know that things are gonna go the way they have to go, but I'm right now with some love I want to show to you and all y'all. I know we went back and forth and we argued a lot, but that's still hot. You don't have to agree with what I say, and I ain't gotta agree with you either. It goes that way. But one day, maybe we'll come down to, agreement. And the semen goes up in the placenta, making the baby. And I know I meant to stay together for the kids, but I gotta get up out of here. I did a crime, do a bit. No, all right, let's go. Okay. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night with another Daily Go Getimism show. So make sure y'all come through 1 a.m. every weeknight, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday and Sunday. We do this every single day. We do this every single day. No days off, no holidays, no PTO. You know how it goes. See y'all tomorrow, 1 a.m. Please hit the like button. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And we're about to be out of here, y'all. Oh, let me now that we are done, I can take my clothes off here. And I can disrobe you also. All right. We good. We good. Holla at y'all tomorrow. Maybe, maybe not. Some of y'all are mad at me. Still all love. Peace, y'all.